Okay, this is the last lesson of lesson 26 on shapes, on understanding shapes. We're looking at the homework paper that we did, and we had done the first one in class together in the last video. Okay, we were crossing out the shape that does not belong in each box. Here we saw that 2 had 3 sides and 1 had 4, so it did not belong. Okay, looking at this shape, these 3 shapes, which one does not belong? What did you pick? Well, if we're looking at the attribute of sides, we could say 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. So which one did not belong? This one did not belong. Now, there could have been another answer, because if I'm looking at square corners as an attribute, the square has square corners, but the triangle and the rhombus do not. So in that case, if I was looking at corners, the square could be the one that I would mark out. It depends on how you looked at it. You could have had 2 different answers. Okay, let's look at the last one. The last one, if we look at the attribute of sides, we see that has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one had 1, 2, 3. This one had 1, 2, 3, 4. Whoops. Now, is that going to work for sides? No, because I have 1 with 3, 1 with 4, and 1 with 6. So now I'm going to have to look at another attribute. Okay, look at corners. Well, triangle has 3 corners, square has 4, and this has 6. So that doesn't work. So then we have to look at square corners. Okay, does this have square corners? Get my card. And yes, that has square corners. This one has. All 4 corners are square. What about this? Is that a square corner? No. Is this 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 a square corner? No. And neither is this one. What about this triangle? Does it have a square corner? Yes, it has 1. Is this a square corner? No. And is this a square corner? No. So we do have a square corner in the triangle and 4 square corners here and no square corners here. So the attribute, the one that would not belong in the attribute of square corners would be the hexagon. Hexagons do not have square corners. Now, we did not say all corners are square. We just says have a square corner. So those 2 each have at least 1 square corner. Okay, circle the hexagon. What do we say a hexagon has to have? It has to have 6 sides. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that is a hexagon. We said circle it. Okay, this one. 1, 2, 3, 4. No, not a hexagon. This one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes, that is a hexagon. Circle it. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But when you first looked at that, you thought it was a hexagon. Make sure you take your time and count. Don't just look at it and say, oh yeah, I know that's a hexagon. It has a lot of sides. Take your time and count. A figure with 5 sides is called a pentagon. Okay, circle the reasons that this shape is a triangle. Well, it has 3 sides. 1, 2, 3, yes. The sides are the same length. Is this side the same as this side? No. It has 3 corners. Well, 1, 2, 3. Yes, it has 3 corners. It has 3 square corners. Well, I think right now you're getting used to looking at it and seeing whether, kind of seeing whether it has a square corner or not. This one is a square corner. This one is not. Both sides do not touch the card. And this one is not, because both sides of the triangle do not touch the card. So it does not have square corners. So what are the attributes of a triangle? 3 sides, 3 corners. It doesn't matter the length. And it doesn't matter, and they don't have to have square corners. Okay, now go back to your book with the numbers, and we just have one more page to do this. And on the book with the numbers, we're on page 177. Okay, it says make the same shape in different ways. So you're to choose a shape to draw and circle its name. Okay, I'm going to pick a rectangle. So I'm going to circle the word rectangle. You can pick anything that you want. I'm going to pick a rectangle, and I'm going to draw it. So here's my rectangle. Rectangle has 4 sides, square corners, and opposite sides. Oops, I'm not even showing you, am I? Opposite sides should be equal. That's not the best. Okay, so my opposite sides should be the same length. This should be the same as this. Opposites facing each other. So it has 4 sides, it has 4 square corners, and opposite sides are the same length. That is a rectangle. Now, do all rectangles have to be in this position? No. We can make a rectangle go up and down. We can make a rectangle slanted. Okay, because our instructions now say draw 3 of your shape, make each one different in some way. So I drew one this way, one up and down, and one sideways. I could have also made one that was teeny tiny. Okay, that's still a rectangle if my measurements were correct. They're not correct. Okay, you could have done triangle. Triangles could be turned in different ways. They could be different sizes. But the thing is, they have to have 3 sides and 3 angles, 3 corners. And the last question is, how are your shapes different? Well, my shapes are different because they're turned in different ways and because they're different sizes. And how are they alike? Well, some of them are about the same size. They are all alike because they have 4 corners, 4 square corners, and they have 4 sides, and opposite sides are the same length. Okay, let's see now if you can tell me the shapes. Okay, without asking your parents, what shape is that? Okay, did you say hexagon? And a hexagon has what? How many sides? 6. How many corners? 6. And does it have square corners? No. Okay, what is this? Okay, did you say rhombus? Okay, what are the attributes of a rhombus? It has 4 sides, and that's it. It does not have square corners. And what is this? That's another rhombus. It has 4 sides that have the same length, but they do not have square corners. And what is this? A triangle. What are the attributes of a triangle? 3 sides, 3 corners. And what is this? That is a trapezoid. Trapezoid, 4 sides, and two sides are parallel. They will never meet. The opposite side. And this is a square. What's the attribute? 4 sides, 4 corners. Sides are all the same length, and the corners are square corners. Okay, do you remember the word that would go with this? Okay, these are, what do they all have? They all have 4 sides, so they are quadrilaterals. All 4 of them have 4 sides. There's another name that we can use to describe shapes, and it's parallelogram. Parallelogram means that they have sides that are parallel to each other. A square, if you kept drawing the sides of a square forever, they will never meet. It is a parallelogram. Same thing with a rhombus. If you kept drawing the sides forever, they will never meet. It's a parallelogram. Okay. One pair of sides here will never meet. And if you kept drawing the sides here, they would never meet. It's a parallelogram. Okay, this is our lesson on understanding shapes, and we will get to our next lesson in our book the next time. When you have time, just practice saying the names of the shape and the attributes of the shape. Have a good evening. Bye, guys.